Welcome to Tropical Garden UK. Weather seems to be warming up a little bit now and getting a bit closer to 20 degrees, which is great. Things are starting to grow a little bit more. I'll just show you a couple of those now so you can see down here. Some of the bananas are starting to come through, some of the gingers, some of the cannas, and things are starting to put on new growth, which is good to see. But I thought for this video I would just do a bit of an update on some of the plant purchases from the last few weeks. There's quite a few different varieties that we've got here, so I'll start off with probably the most interesting one. And for some of the palm enthusiasts out there, they may recognise this. It's a pretty tough to locate palm. It doesn't seem to come on sale particularly often. So when I saw it, I snatched it up. And this is a Butiagris eriospertha, which is a hybrid mule palm. And it's a hybrid between a Butia eriospertha, which is one of the more hardy Butias that you can get. So over here is the Butia odorata. So a slightly different variety. And between a queen palm. So it's reportedly one of the, well, potentially one of the more hardy varieties of mule palm that you can purchase and potentially grow in the UK. I've seen mixed reports on this, that it can potentially survive down to -8, -10. However, I don't know about that. So what I'm going to do is just keep this one in a pot for the moment, and that'll give us the chance to be able to move it undercover if I need to. You can see that this one's pretty healthy. It's already put out a couple of spears, and there's another one coming through. Really nice arching leaves, quite a glossy kind of green, decent size as well actually. A decent trunk on it. So I'm just going to pop this one up at some point and probably have it on the patio. So that's a really nice palm. Interested to see how that one grows. I'll do another video just showing some of the other palms that I've got in the garden. Some of them are quite small that have been recently planted out, and I'll show you a couple of them how they got on over winter. So that's one of the specimen plants that I've got. The other one just behind the dog up here. It's not going to live like this forever. Kind of stuck into another one, but the other pot wasn't big enough. So I will repot this up at some point. So this actually is a Nelina. And it's a Nelsoni. Really nice leaves on this one. So green, bit of a blue tinge on them, actually quite similar to a Yucca rostrata in the way that it looks. Leaves are just a little bit bigger. Reported to like pretty similar conditions, so it's supposedly hardy down to potentially around -13, or potentially even a little bit colder. It comes from Mexico. However, that does depend upon it getting full sun and having really good drainage. So quite similar to the Yucca in that sense. So I'll just show you the Yucca and kind of how it compares. So that's the Yucca over here. It's got a bit of a trunk starting to form on it. So a really nice plant. We'll pop that up at some point. Again, I'm not going to plant it into the garden at the moment. That's just going to stay in a pot on the patio. So that's one of the other specimen plants that we got. The others are a couple of different colocasia varieties. I've already planted a couple of out, which I'll show you in a moment. So the first one on the left here is colocasia teacup. So I did have one of these before, but I played with just leaving it in a pot and leaving it outside, and yeah, it didn't survive, that one. So saw this one, decent price, so picked it up today. Gets the name teacup because of the shape of these leaves. The rainwater collects in here, and then when it fills up it kind of drops off and then moves back a bit like a teacup. The other one that I think is starting to get a little bit more popular now is Colocasia Redemption. So quite metallic black outer leaf with a pink inner part of the leaf. So you can't see that action until they start and get a little bit bigger, but that'll be an interesting variety to try and grow. So we'll see how that one gets on. Probably again going to leave these couple in a pot just so I can move them around. But the other Colocasia that we got, I've already got some of these in the ground already, but they're not coming through as of yet. These are the more hardy Colocasias, so only small at the moment, so they're just shooting. These are pink China, and Colocasia, otherwise known as elephant ear plants. These can grow really big leaves that look like elephant ears. And pink China, it has a pink dot in the middle of the leaf. But actually, it's reported to be pretty hardy with a good mulch, and that seems to be the case across the UK. So hopefully in the next week or two, now things have warmed up, some of the pink Chinas will start and poke their heads out. So we'll hopefully see some more around the garden. But again, saw these in a relatively local garden centre and thought we'd pick up another couple just to start and do a bit more planting down here, fill in some of the gaps. Ignore the grass that's stuck in the middle of the veranda, but that seems to be growing on a little bit as well and putting out some new culms. So they should go a nice bluey colour. That's Brenda Yunnan 2. Show you one of the other varieties. So tried to look for some more shade loving plants and found some really nice impatiens. There's Ice Storm, really silver kind of metallic speckles on the leaves. These are small plants, so they will obviously fill out, and they do get some flowers on, I believe, in late summer. So that'll be quite a nice little filler plant, give a little bit of colour and actually kind of fill up this space between the two tree ferns, which are just putting out the new fronds. And then over here, we just planted a couple of these. So just down here behind this plant here, it's a couple more gingers, known as Krug Zing. Again, these are reported to be hardy for the UK. They get around a metre tall, and then gingers seem, for me anyway, to kind of flower a little bit later than the Colocasias, so these should get pretty tall. There's going to be loads of cannas in the back here, so that'll fill all this space up pretty nicely. So yeah, that's a couple of the recent plant purchases. Hopefully that gives some people some ideas anyway. I'm going to do another couple of videos with some of the other plants that we've got, and just how things are getting on. But yeah, thanks for watching Tropical Garden UK. Catch you on the next one.